What you just saw from Tom was actually very interesting and exciting, full of glitches and sorts of fancy tech. And you will be seeing none of that in this speedrun. There's a lot of preparation work that goes into Thomas's chapters, but there's not a lot of cool stuff, unfortunately. But I'll do my best to make it interesting. So, let's rock. Oops. Okay. Yes, the intro, definitely 11 out of 10. Best video game intro of all time, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, Tom, I've always said, if there's one game that could benefit most from a remake or some sort, full-on makeover, it's definitely this one. Still good though, very interesting. So today we are playing this on a alternative platform for safety's sake, and that will be noticeable immediately during the flashback scenes when you will see the screen cut in half. One half being a sepia tone and the other half being normal. It's just the way it is for some reason. Don't ask me, I have no idea why. But we'll be making a few completely legitimate saves along the way for safety, because these chapters are actually, well, they can be quite treacherous. Because you're just so low level, failed runs can really do you in here. So in the interest of actually completing this and staying on the schedule, we're going to do it this way. A lot of Thomas's chapters is just walking around, triggering cutscenes. So if nothing else, this is a great tutorial for anyone playing Suikoden 3 and being stuck in Thomas's chapter. Not uncommon, by the way, because you're just wondering where you're supposed to go next. Well, this run will show you all the trigger scenes that you need to activate to move the story forward. But thanks for everyone for tuning in this weekend. I did Luke's chapter yesterday, which was just as riveting as this will be. But I did want to contribute something because of the purpose of the marathon. It was important, and unfortunately I did not have a free 12-hour block of time this weekend. So I figured I'd do something that I've never really done before and provide a little bit of content, as we really wanted to concentrate on the first 3 games in the series. And me not taking up half of the entire schedule means other people could chip in and contribute as well. So it all worked out nicely. Thomas has 2 chapters in this game. There's a few things that you do in each chapter, but most of it is walking around and talking to people. The one interesting thing about Thomas's chapters being done optimally is that this save, it's a new save I started just for this marathon. Flame Champion's name is Murayama, of course. And I wanted to set it up to make Thomas's chapters go as quick as possible. And same thing with Luke's chapter as well, which I showed off yesterday. So the way you optimize Thomas's chapters is by waiting until right before chapter 4 to do them. That is the last point in the game where you can do Thomas's chapters, is right before essentially selecting who your Flame Champion is. You can do them as early as after Ghetto's chapter 1. Let's talk about this right here. So there's a Clarion urn there. Now at this point in the game, I dropped it there with Geto in his chapter 3. And yet, it's here in Thomas's chapter 1, which means the vase has traveled back in time if you're looking at things from a chronological standpoint. It's kind of a neat trick to make a few bucks if you need it in Thomas's chapter. You can place antiques around the castle and pick them up with Thomas, sell them, even though you shouldn't be able to retrieve that urn yet because I haven't placed it here in Geto's chapters yet. But that's how it works. A little bit of money tech there. Anyway, as I was saying, the earliest you can do Thomas's chapters is after Geto's chapter 1, if you wanted to walk all the way to Lake Castle. Really open up the recruitment scene there. Yes, time travel, that's right. So basically we got to introduce ourselves to everyone. We're the new lord of this castle, and we must say hi to all its members. So if you want to open up Thomas's chapters, you can do so as early as after Geto's chapter 1, but I waited on this save file until all 3 chapters for Chris, Hugo, and Geto were completed. And doing it that way allows you to recruit a lot of characters with them, and there will be a point in Thomas's chapters where you need to go out and recruit people to advance the story. You'll need to build up your castle town, and you cannot advance the story until you do that. But if you recruited a lot of castle support units with the other 3 characters, you essentially just leave the town and come back in and advance the story. The only downside to recruiting characters with the other 3 is you cannot use them as fighters if you recruited any fighter characters in Thomas's chapters. Which is why I specifically left out one character in particular when recruiting with Chris, because the girl we're going to get is actually going to be the MVP of Thomas's chapters. We'll meet her later. If you blinked, you missed it. That was a trivia question from the Suikoden 3 quiz where Thomas announces where he's from, Northern Outlands. And this is what I was talking about. Obviously, this is inaccurate. The screen is kind of just split in half here with different coloring. Dead giveaway that you're not playing on legitimate hardware. So again, the first thing we're doing is talking to everyone. Aiki, Muto, Sebastian, Juan, Cecile. Still gotta do Piccolo and Martha as well. They're right here. Thomas's chapters also have, this is a fun fact, they also have the enemies with the highest HP in the entire game. We'll meet them later. So now that we've introduced ourselves, we will need to just go run errands and deliver a letter to Brass Castle. And hopefully we won't die on the way there. You are at level 1, so it's a bit dangerous to go walking outside. There's a lot of dangerous wildlife out there, including bees. So you got to be careful. (16 HP, 20 HP, level 1. Not a good recipe for success. Oh no, the worst possible encounter. Good. Very careful walking around. There's bees and leaves outside. We made it though, at least for the first part. If you want to win a free Steam code for the Eiyuden Chronicle beta game, the beta version that's out right now, there will be a giveaway of that later during a run that is much more exciting than this. Suikoden 2 co-op, thanks to Zero and his nanotechnology. Whatever he's using. Don't ask me to explain it because I won't be able to. C. Lance and RJ will be playing Suikoden 2 and switching off, despite being in completely different cities. Pretty cool. On the way back, we still won't be fighting any battles. We're just going to be running away if we need to. We're not going to take a fight until we're on our way to Mount Haitao. Hopefully we get a good one. It's probably the most dangerous part of this chapter, because the boss fight against the wild boar is actually very tight with the setup, so you got to be prepared for it. Doing Thomas's chapters in a speedrun setting is actually quite dangerous. There are a few points in a regular any percent speedrun that can trip you up. Ghetto's chapter 1 is the most common reset point, just for getting a good magic stat. Chris's chapter 2 can also be quite treacherous, with going through Zexen Forest and running into random encounters that have level 3 lightning magic for some reason and wipe you out instantly. Hugo can get tripped up in his trip to VDZ. You know, if Wind of Sleep doesn't kick off versus the few fights there against the guards, you might be in trouble. And then you got Thomas's chapters where, again, just dying to Felderons is an actual concern in 2 specific spots. And then there's a war battle near the end of chapter 2 that can also go horribly wrong. Yeah, the soundtrack might be one of the best parts about this game. It's really good town themes. Alma Kanan, of course, top tier. They're all pretty good. The intro, obviously. Oh no, we couldn't run away from some leaves. Talking about. What's that, 4? 5? 6? We're going for the record today, boys. Ah, 6. Man. I'm gonna heal, even though my healing items are extremely limited. Oh no. Just 2 this time. If that was the bees, we'd be dead. And I would just immediately turn it over to Sigalance and RJ out of complete disgrace. Man, it's gonna be like this today, huh? All right, thanks everyone. That was Thomas's chapters. We're ahead of schedule. Good luck. Hope you guys. I hope you guys are ready. Just be ready for me, will ya? Please. Now, playing this casually, you might think, oh, we're looking for Sebastian. I guess we better look all over the entire castle for him and waste a lot of time. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna go to my room. This part right here specifically is the most non-intuitive way to continue the story. Right here, I mean, it's easy. We just go through the courtyard. But after this, we're supposed to look for a lost kid. There's two places in particular you have to go look. Turns out he's not here at all. All right. Go over to the elevator. To your graveyard. For some reason, now we have to talk to Juan. And then we can leave. Just chilling. Wish I was doing this right now, honestly. SRD suggested dog percent for a speed run, but that would have taken a lot of time. Dog percent is probably like 8 hours, honestly. And then you don't even use them. It was kind of a weird category. So I just did these two instead. Alright, so now we gotta go look for this kid over at Mount Hightow, which is a location that you never ever have to visit in the entire game unless you're playing Thomas's chapters. And despite being called Mount Hightow, it doesn't appear to be a mountain at all. First, we got to prepare a little bit, very specific formation. Juan, Piccolo, Cecile, and Thomas. Thomas, and let's hope this works. Gotta find an encounter now. Of course, I'm going to drop a completely legitimate save. Don't ask any questions. Completely legit. That's not what we're looking for. That's not good either. That's dark. Looking for 7 of those, or alternatively, 3 of those with a blade bunny. You didn't see anything just there. You didn't see anything. No. Those will kill me. Not good enough. So welcome to Thomas's chapters. Bob and weave through these bushes here. Now we need to do this. In the interest of moving things forward. Oh, there we go. See? Just like I drew it up. Let's see. Miss. That's terrible. We might need to load that again, everyone. Let's just play this. Yeah, let's see what happens. Nice miss. Alright. That was painful. See what other kind of bad luck we can get today. I'm looking for some herbs off to the north side of the road. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. You can pick them if they're glowing. Can't pick them if they're not. And the herbs, of course, are medicine, which is very helpful when you have almost no items already. Perfect. Two for two, nice. Although I feel it's kind of a bad omen more than anything, like I'm about to get destroyed. We'll see what happens. Again, you saw nothing. This is fine. So the goal here is we want Juan to die. He should. Piccolo is the main damage dealer here. Very important that he not die. Good. Good. Okay, so that went well. And I think I got a quick glimpse, but very important that Piccolo gets a level 3 spell after that battle. If not, you have to fight more later when you're in the underground passage. Yep, got it. Everything's on track. And we didn't even need to make any illegitimate saves, right? We definitely didn't need to load one of them either. Of course, the best character design and animation in this game is the duck in Kid's Investigation, where you get to witness duck yoga. If you want to see a 3D skeleton move in ways you didn't think were possible, then you should go check that out. So yeah, we rescued the kid, and now we get to go back. All the way back to the castle. So the first two hurdles of the Thomas chapters are pretty much over. It's that first random encounter and that boss battle. There's two more. Going through the underground passage, which should be free. So we're going to make it a little bit safer. And then the war battle in chapter 2. Which is usually fine, but you know how it goes in the marathons. Yeah, the sound effects that go along with duck yoga is the best part, obviously. We saw yesterday in Luke's chapter. I'll say it again. See how long that run took? Whenever you fail a run, the enemy's gotta walk up to you and attack you, and it just takes forever. The troll dragon enemies are by far the worst offenders, though. The appropriately named troll dragons. If you fail a run to those, I mean, it could cost you up to a minute. So when you're speedrunning Suikoden 3, unfortunately, the overall time of your run is going to be heavily impacted by how many failed runs you got and the quality of those failed runs. What's this song called? I don't know. Good question. I don't actually know any of the soundtrack names. Except for Mysterious People, which is the town theme of Alma-Kanan. That's all I got. Is it called Yaza Plains? Of course. Duck Village is something like Stupid Ducks or something like that. Now, unfortunately, we have to do exactly what we did at the beginning of his first chapter, which is essentially go talk to everyone again. It's a classic, mainstay theme of the Suikoden series is to advance the plot, you have to go talk to someone. When in doubt, just go to the war room. There's a part in the Suikoden 5 speedrun where you go to the war room, you trigger a scene, and then after that scene is over, you go back to the war room, and then after that scene is complete, you advance the story by going to the war room again. Yeah, apparently Thomas is very bored. He's just looking for stuff to do. Cecile, Piccolo, and then Martha. We're looking for Sebastian, by the way. That's why we're going around talking to everyone. Fortune teller can't see the future, can't tell me where to go. It's like watching the original Iron Chef Japan, one of the greatest shows of all time. And one of the judges is sometimes the fortune teller. She never knows who's going to win. All right. That was riveting. There he is. Juan's sleeping and Sebastian is right here. He's been wandering around aimlessly, apparently. And now we must do what we always do. Go to our room. The other difference that you can experience in Thomas's chapters is a few different scenes that you can either skip or watch, depending on when you did Thomas's chapters. Depending on scenes you may have already seen in the regular game, it skips them here. And if you visited Lake Castle with Chris, which normally you don't do, it's an optional thing, you'll see a scene with Chris, and then we'll see that scene again. Now, because I did see that scene on this save file, we will see it again. It's actually a pretty decent amount of time loss. You definitely want to skip that if you're trying to do this optimally. Yes, that's correct. Though we won't be doing that today. Because the other thing you got to do is recruit a few people with Chris in Ixay Village. And to do that, you have to visit Lake Castle with Chris. A little bit of give and take. There's other methods to skip the scene. Essentially, what we're doing in the first 3 chapters for Hugo, Giddo, and Chris to speed things along a lot is recruiting castle support units, because this is the point in the game where to advance the story you need to have a certain amount of shops open up at your castle in order to proceed with the story. And if you're doing Thomas's chapters essentially raw with no preparation, you're going to be walking around the map, you're going to go to Brass Castle to get Gina. It just takes forever to do stuff like that. But if you do it all with other characters while you're already in those locations, then you save a ton of time. And obviously it's a lot safer as you're not walking across the map numerous times to run into enemy encounters and possibly die. Yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to get Watari with Thomas, you could, but chances are you're not going to have 100 grand. And since the castle support units, just shops like Jean and Gordon, you know, it's not like you use them in battle at all, so it's not a big deal to get those with other people. But actual fighters, if you recruited fighting characters with Hugo, Chris, or Godot, you cannot use them in Thomas's chapter. You can only use fighters that you recruit with Thomas. So the MVP of Thomas's chapters is actually Mel. And since Ixay Village is conveniently right next to Lake Castle, and she comes at a decently high level, the Devil Doll rune, which is very strong, she's an absolute no-brainer to walk to Ixay and just get real quick. Looking at the big picture, it's the best way to do it, because you're talking about several minutes of time loss with Thomas if you choose to recruit people with him just for the benefit of making fights easier, which in the end you don't need to do because all you really need is Mel. And so you just get the shop units with other characters and you get Mel with Thomas, and it's all good. Well, yes, that's correct. Branky is actually the hero. Big damage with the Devil Doll rune. So if we look around, we have no shops, right? Nothing here. Could walk all around the world map, getting various stars of destiny in all those locations that just opened up. But again, that takes forever. So we're just gonna get one. And she's right there. One of the more odd characters in this game for sure. That's right. The goat right here. The ventriloquist. Thomas is speechless. So am I. And that's all we need to do. In an all-chapter speedrun, in order to skip the scenes with Chris and do this optimally, you actually do a little bit of both. You would recruit Mio and Gordon with Thomas as well. But just doing Thomas's chapters completely optimally, at least for the purpose of this marathon, we'll do it this way. And now look at that. Magically, we left town and we came back and all these shops are here. That happened very quickly. That's right. We got 1 star. That'd be great if the house just instantly collapsed. So yeah, we've advanced the plot by doing nothing. We let all the other stars of destiny, Hugo, Chris, and Godot, do it for us. Yeah, and our librarian is missing. Where could he be? And more importantly, how did he get to where he is right now? That's the real question. Oh yeah, we can play card games if we want. Here's the lady who's going to fix our elevator. Also important to note that none of us knows what an elevator is or what it does. But she's here. On her own. For some reason. Yeah, Augustine is actually really, really, really good. Just like Mel is. Unfortunately, he takes forever to get because you got to get a rose brooch, which means you got to go to Ixay and probably save and quit and reload until you get a rose brooch, and then you got to walk all the way to VDZ and then back, which would take approximately 1 billion years. We don't have time for that. What's up, Nelly? You welcome in. I assume everyone's just here at the waiting room for the finale, which is up next. Alright, so she's going to work on the elevator. What do you do when you want to kill time in the Suikoden world? You go to your room. Oops. Thomas sure does sleep a lot. So we're at about 55, 55:30 is when that started. This is the extra scene you get if you go to Lake Castle with Chris before the end of her 3rd chapter. It's going to trigger this extra scene. Big time loss, which is why you wouldn't do this normally. This is faster to grab Mio and Gordon with Thomas while you're in Ixay than it is to go through this entire segment. What's up, Crowley? Thanks for the raid. Welcome in to this riveting Suikoden 3 Thomas chapter speedrun. But stay tuned for what's next, because that's the real draw of this weekend. Suikoden 2 co-op. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I think you can. Most people usually go here during chapter 2 because it's right here and you're at Ixay with Chris anyway. There is a part where you're kind of locked off to a lot of places during her chapter 3. But if you wait for the precise right moment, you can leave and go back to the world map. Unless it's blocked off again. So I'm not sure. I know you can go all the way to the Great Hollow, because that's what I did while doing this. Alright, so our elevator is fixed. And then we're going to do some more Thomas tech to ensure a supreme victory later. Hopefully. Amazing technology. Yo, what's up, Boons? Welcome back. We're right in the middle of non-stop action. Where we have to be shown every floor available. Now we get to go to the hidden floor that apparently no one knew existed, except for Ike and one other person, which we'll see shortly. We're supposed to be looking for Ike. Spoiler alert, he is down here. How did he get here? I have no idea. First, we must do other things. Including raising these skill points for Piccolo for his lightning magic. We also recruited Ernie. She's up here and makes this much easier for us. And if you don't have enough, you gotta forget your other skills. So you have enough. Magic resistance, but whatever. It's fine, you saw nothing. It's gonna make sure he can get his soaring bolt off in a timely manner in a battle upcoming. And we could go back down to the basement right now, but in the interest of safety, go put in our MVP. Make sure we don't die for some failed runs or some other nonsense. Level 32. It's pretty good. That's the main reason why you get her. If she was based on some other level, you know, if she came at like level 1 or something like that, then you'd probably have to do this chapter completely differently. Anyway, back down here. Now, if Piccolo did not have level 3 magic, He just got bad magic rolls on his level up. Then you would actually have to fight maybe 1 or 2 random encounters here, depending on which encounters you take. But luckily he does, so it's all good. The other good thing about bringing Mel is he brings your average party level way up, so you can let go some of these encounters. Not all of them, but some. The worst part about this chapter by not bringing Mel is your team splits up. So walking through this hallway with just Cecile and Thomas, it's dangerous. It's a real risky move if you're gonna, if you're gonna do this. Especially, you want to just do Thomas's chapters on its own, fine. But if you're doing an all chapter speed run and you skipped adding Mel, that's a really bold move, because that's an easy game over in this area. This little path here off the side is hidden. Yeah, like if you fail that run right there without Mel, you're probably dead. So Ike's down here. We're going to meet him in a second, and that'll be the end of Thomas chapter 1. There's someone else down here too. Anyone know who it is? And why he's down there, even though we haven't technically recruited him in the timeline yet? More time travel in Thomas's chapters. So it's our boy Landis. Very awkward conversation there. You don't have to talk to him, obviously. I just did for entertainment purposes. But again, this is not at the point where Hugo is in late chapter 3 in the story, which is when I recruited Landis on this playthrough. But he's here. And of course. And who else is here? This guy. Just chilling. Thomas's first chapter is the long one. The second chapter is shorter. Not by much, but still shorter. A lot less plot triggers where you're just walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, again and again and again, and then again some more. 108.25. Is that a good Thomas chapter 1 time? I have no idea. I've only done this once. I'm guessing no. Probably a few minutes behind what would be considered good. Yeah, Doc, that's where they belong, right? I think those are the only two people that end up down there. Another part of the game where it doesn't really tell you what to do. You just got to go to Ixay Village. There's going to be a council member here, and he's going to threaten to basically undo everything that you've been doing. Building a castle town. Engaging in commerce. You know. And that's all we do. Just go there, we leave, we go back. We're going to have a few war battles and a few actual battles, but not before a lot of walking back and forth and talking to people again. And then that's pretty much it for this chapter. Should be less than an hour at this point. So I highly suggest once again that everyone stick around for the main event, which is coming up next. Suikoden 2 co-op. Well, they'll be giving away a free Eiyuden Chronicle beta Steam key if you want to play the beta version of the game, which is out right now. There's your chance if you weren't a backer of the campaign. That's right. That's all you get. 2 hours today, 1 hour yesterday. It's all most people can handle anyway, let's be honest. Although maybe there will be some bonus time at the end of this run. If Sieg and RJ aren't ready or from underestimate or whatever. We can play card games, we can play dice. Google Dice, of course. We can play Kabu. We can do horse racing. What else can we do in this game? Can walk around as a dog. We can do the horse racing minigame as the dog. We can talk to Jean as the dog. Reveal her secret identity. Oh yeah. I questioned myself there and what I was supposed to do next, but of course, we all know the answer. Go to bed. Yep, been a long day. I hear you, Thomas. So now we're at the part of the game where this coincides with Hugo's chapter 3. I think you're right, Doc. We should put Zero on the case. Only he can figure it out. And by that, of course, I mean I'm just pushing all the work onto him. I'll do the work if, we'll make it interesting. I'll do the work if Zero can beat me in Marvel. Of course, we all know that'll never happen, so by default, he will do all the work. Yo, Free Enterprise. Thank you for the raid. What's good? Welcome in. Welcome into this, once again, riveting speedrun. Suikoden 3 Thomas's chapters. However, stay tuned, because in about an hour, the main event is up. So, stick around for that. What's up, Valencia? Welcome in. Valencia always asks me when the next time I'm going to play Suikoden 3 is. Well, here's your chance. This is the end. I will once again retire from Suikoden 3 at the end of this stream forever. For the third time. Yeah, Free Enterprise is what Thomas's chapters are all about. That's true. Sorry, Valencia, but it's true. It's over. Triple stamp it. Touch blue to make it true. There's no coming back after that. %, run. Hard pass. 100% run is you looting dead corpses and then resetting when you don't get what you want. That's what 100% run is. What's interesting is, even though we're doing this in Thomas's chapters where we're walking back and forth and triggering all these scenes, you essentially do the exact same thing in Hugo's chapter 3. So we're really doubling up on these scenes right here. Well, after this, we will need to go to the hallway at the end of the left wing of this mansion / castle. Which is another one that is not very intuitive. You just kind of wander your castle, wander around forever until we figure out the next cutscene trigger. Again, that's the main point of the run today, is just to show you guys the appropriate way to navigate Thomas's chapters. No one's really interested in the speed run of it. But hey, Someone has to step up, and of course, that's me. SRD threatened to blackmail me, or not blackmail me. Just excommunicate me from the group if I didn't do this. It's very true, Doc. You're always wondering, what do I need to do here to advance the story? So you just walk around forever until you find it. Uber percent was technically yesterday, where we got to play as Uber. But we didn't actually do anything at all. We skipped every battle. Yeah, the most difficult fight would definitely be in Hugo Chapter 2. Yeah, kind of a underpowered team, bunch of bums. So you just skip it. That's the easiest way to do it normally. What else we gotta do here? Yeah, this is it, and then we'll go back to our room, of course. Usually the strategy to survive any of the fights that you're not supposed to win is just to max out Jizos on everyone. But because of the fact that Uber multi-hits, and he's incredibly accurate with his strikes, he can wipe out a set of Jizos in one turn. So that actually is a difficult fight to win, which is why we just skip it outright entirely in speedrun, of course. Alright. Almost to the war battle. Almost. So basically what we do here is nothing. We just survive for 2 turns, and then Hugo and Lily appear on the map, and you just guide them to the northeast part. You do get the hype music, though. Bundle. Nice item. All right, turn 1, end turn. Turn 2. End turn. Advanced strategies here. There it is, we did it. Like most war battles, most of them you don't actually have to win. You just run away. Especially in this game. Suikoden 5 still has the best war battles though, where you just get your unit to one specific tile and you win automatically without doing anything. Alright, so that's the first one. There is another one later that is actually a little bit more scary. Now we just gotta watch a bunch more scenes and then it's all non-stop action till the end. Yeah, thanks Juan. Really did me a solid there. Overslept. For whatever reason right now, you just have to exit to the world map, do nothing, and then come back in. The knights are here, so there's only one way to respond to this. And of course, that is to go to bed after this scene is over. The other interesting part about Thomas's chapters is that even though you've only been playing for an hour and a half, it feels like 10 hours. So, yeah. Might as well just do an 80% speed run. Not surprising that Thomas has a hard time sleeping. He's done a lot of sleeping over the past hour and a half. Now we have to go talk to people again, this time at night. Luckily, Ike is here and not in the basement, because that would have been really annoying. This guy over here just chilling. Guys are all creeping on me. Another half and half cutscene for you, a flashback. Oh yeah. Really adds to the mood. Essentially, the Knights come to take you away, rescind your title and property rights and business rights and everything. But your team's not having it. So now we're going to stand up and fight. That's right. More hype music. Let's go. Let's go, Thomas. Even Juan's awake. If anyone wants to name the castle, now's your chance. Fun fact, there are 2 opportunities to name your castle. Before Chapter 4 in Thomas's chapters, and if you don't do it there, you can do it after Chapter 4. Orange Castle. Any name. about this? One more month, that's right. Get hyped. Creepiest part of the entire chapter right here. You just open the door and she's standing right there. Okay, so an actual war battle. Not that we're going to attack or do anything crazy like that. But you do have to survive for 4 turns. Usually it's not a problem, but if you get really unlucky, it can actually be a huge problem. Positioning is important. We'll do our best. You saw nothing right there. Alright. So, what we're going to do is advance our units so we can retreat and prevent the enemy from moving forward. Oops. See a successful retreat. Good. That's the other thing that can happen. If you advance, got him. Muto can throw the trapdoor on a random enemy unit. Just take him out. Okay, that's fine. Any critical hit would have taken him out. That would have been bad. No worries there. And we're just gonna end it. Whoops, I overslept. Nice death quote. Alright, good. Safe retreat, except for Juan and Piccolo, who died. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of the chapter right now. We actually do have to fight some actual battles and win. Next one will be the hardest. Now, if you walk up to the staircase going up to your courtyard, that is probably going to be a game over. You got to kind of hug the wall off to the side, go to the inn. Add in your MVP. Your formation needs to be very specific. Cecile and Thomas in the middle. And Mel right there. And that Jizo we took off early because we needed it. Put it here. Let's go to Juan. Let's go to Cecile. Once again, you didn't see anything. Thank you, Suzuki. I agree, of course. Alright, the most important thing here is that we get off Soaring Bolt with Piccolo, which is why we kind of hide him in the back quarter in this formation. So we can use Mel. So that battle actually ends after 3 turns. You don't have to win it, but you definitely want to win it for the levels. Because that's going to help out a lot in the next battles. Did we get a piece of armor? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. Cecile might be able to use that. Let's see. Yeah, good. Alright, so this battle coming up here shortly. You actually cannot win this battle. If anyone knows the HP of these marshals, you win a prize. Because you can't win it, you just have to survive. If you lose, it's a game over. And you have to survive for 5 turns, which seems excessive, at least in a context of a speed run. Secret sauce here is that Wind of Sleep scroll that I gave Thomas early in the chapter. You kind of just really, really hope it works. Come on, let's go. Nice, perfect. Almost perfect. Yes, Zeroni is correct. Those marshals have 65,000 HP. Highest HP enemies in the entire game. No one has ever dealt 65,000 HP in a 5-turn limit versus those guys. It's not over yet. There's one more battle, and it is one that you actually have to win. Luckily, though, these guys aren't going to have 65,000 HP. They're going to have 250. And we've got the Devil Doll rule. It's good. This probably isn't going to even make a difference, honestly. No way he makes it out of here alive. It's pretty much all Mel at this point. They're all 1 HP. Alright. So that's Thomas's chapters. There's a little bit of text here, but that's essentially it. Well, welcome in. You're just in time for the ending. I mean that literally because the main event is up next, so you're just in time. The main event. Suikoden 2 co-op. No, the marathon is only concentrated on the first 3 games, because those are the 3 games that Murayama-san worked on. So 4 and 5, not really a part of the marathon. We just wanted to concentrate on the first 3 games. It's the end of Suikoden 3, at least for this marathon. We did Luke's chapter yesterday. This will be the end of Thomas's chapters. And Suikoden 2 is up next. Suikoden 5 speedruns, yes, I've done plenty of those. I did enjoy them very much. Suikoden 5 is a great game. Just not really relevant for this marathon. Yeah, there's the schedule. Finale is up next. That is definitely not true, SRD. This is my retirement from Suikoden 3 again. You can feel free to point out that I have previously retired 2 other times. That's fine. But I came back because I wanted to pay my respects on this weekend marathon. But after this, I'm retiring once again. Write it down in pen. It's over. This is a good send-off, too. Final text is from Juan, saying appropriately that he's going to take a nap. Yes, the retirement. Even. Did it in under 2 hours too. That's actually a pretty decent time. Pretty respectable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what could possibly get me to unretire for a fourth time, or a third time. I don't think it's possible. The checkbook. There it is. All right. So as you can see by the size of the flames we've already done on this playthrough. Chris, chapter 1, 2, 3. Ghetto, chapter 1, 2, 3. And Hugo, chapter 1, 2, 3. So the next is up. It goes up to chapter 4, no matter who you pick. Here's Thomas's bio, in case anyone cares. But that's about it for me. I hope everyone enjoyed that tutorial on how to get through Thomas's chapters. It was more of a tutorial than a speedrun, let's be honest. But there is a lot of very specific triggers that you have to know. So if nothing else, it will make everyone's lives easier when trying to navigate Thomas's chapters in the future. You may be thinking, what am I supposed to do again? Yeah, let's just watch that tutorial from March 2024. So that is about it. I don't know if Seaglance and RJ are ready to go. Or we can goof around and play dice or play some Suikoden 3 minigames. Really up to the head of the HR department, SRD. Because that's it for me. I'm done. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. I know Thomas and Luke's chapters aren't the most riveting, action-packed stuff to do, but it was a little bit different, and it did fit into my schedule this weekend, which was already pretty packed, unfortunately. But I'm glad I got to contribute. So yeah. Let's, I guess I can go look here. That might be helpful. RJ and Sig, are you guys ready? Or do we just want to sit here and enjoy this very calm music? Yeah, SRD is basically a robot. You can talk to him about any questions about anything, and he'll be compelled to answer. He has no choice. Stall. Alright, we'll stall. I finished too early? What time is this supposed to end anyway? When is this supposed to end? Oh, it's supposed to start right now. Come on now. Perfect timing. Could play some dice. Let's see what else we got on tap here. No, that's not what I was looking for. We can do horse racing with the dog. Yeah, we can do that. I think. I think I have a save. This should work. Yeah, in case you didn't know, you have the super secret chapter, Kuroku, where you can play as a dog. Well, Kuroku, I guess I can't hide anything from you, eh, boy? But don't tell anyone. I don't want to scare them. What could it mean? Kuroku can see her true form. Interesting that they put that in the game, isn't it? Oh, hey, look, it's your other dogs. I did recruit all the dogs. Miso soup, cold miso soup. Yes. I prefer warm miso soup, honestly. Hard mode, let's go. So this is the horse racing minigame, but if you come here with Kuroku, you can race as Kuroku. And you can also race as Fubar. Let's see if I can split the defense here. Oh. Nice lines. Look at the movement. Hitboxes on these barrels and boxes are much bigger than you think they are, trust me. Dagrot stealing Doc's puns. Doc, how do you respond? New record, that's right. You saw it here first. 249, sub 250. Now we're talking. That was much more entertaining than the previous 2 hours.